Now, staying in the U.S., Detroit is a city whose history is closely connected to the U.S. auto industry. With an ever-changing dynamic in the global auto market, the city is constantly experiencing ups and downs. And Nick Harper was at his annual auto show to find out how the city has been faring recently.
With a manufacturing history dating back to the late 1800s, Detroit has long been America's motor city. But the years have not been kind. Economic downturn, decline and the city's bankruptcy have left Detroit's motoring industry greatly changed. Between 1903 and 1958, the Packard automotive plant made luxury cars and had facilities that were the envy of manufacturers the world over. Now this iconic site has come to stand more for a city that's lost the very foundations it was built upon. The Historical Society has witnessed the city's many changes, but its senior curator says Detroit's economy is still centered on the car industry.
You know, automobiles are part of our life, and even though the manufacturing isn't necessarily still here, we pay attention to the automobile business. The auto show is a big deal in town. Automobiles are still very much part of the Motor City.
Some have even questioned whether Detroit still has the right to hold one of America's biggest auto shows. General Motors has been headquartered in Detroit since the mid-1920s, and despite moving jobs overseas to 19 countries, it maintains its connection to the city is still strong.
We're absolutely committed. Detroit is our headquarters. It will always be our headquarters, but we are a global company. So what we have the ability to do with that global footprint is allow ourselves to engineer, design, manufacture vehicles all across the globe, depending on where business conditions dictate.
And yet one of General Motors' newest cars, the Buick Envision, is made exclusively in China and then imported into the US. It does little to create American jobs, but will it make customers avoid the Buick brand?
I don't think they'll mind that much. A lot of the Fords and the Chryslers are also made in Canada or Mexico, so out of the borders of the USA for sure. It's still Buick, it still feels like an American company, it's still GM overall, so I think they'll be fine.
America's car manufacturers had a record year in 2015 for car sales. But with overseas production now so common and many of Detroit's old auto jobs transplanted to foreign soil, it's money that is not finding its way back to the city. Nick Harper, CCTV, Detroit.